Okay, well, hello, friends. Look at all of this stuff that I have to show you guys today. Can you even believe that? Oh my gosh. We are going to have quite the time here. So, I am just going to hang on for a couple of minutes while I get logged into Facebook here, and then we are going to get going. So let me hit... because we have a lot to talk about. All right. There we go. Make sure my mute. Okay. Okay. So I will give you guys a second to join me. Yeah, right? Okay. Well, hi, Diane. So I'm guessing that because we have not been regularly live as much as we have been in the past, that has to do with chaos and whatnot here. So I don't know how many people are getting their notifications, but probably a lot of you guys will watch this on replay. So, unless everybody just got kicked off, because it looks like people were watching and then nobody's watching. That's funny. All right. Well, you guys might be here, you might not. So, where to start? This is an enormous pile. Okay, so I'm going to start quickly with some memory box stuff because I shared a few of these on Facebook a little bit back, but I didn't actually sit down and show you guys these, I don't think. So I wanted to do that because they have been insanely popular. Okay, so this is there's a new release from Memory Box that just came out like spring in bloom or something like that. And, but you know, I know, Diane, that's funny, right? And when I signed in just right away, it showed 1. So I thought that was me. So I'm not entirely sure if our count is accurate today, but, so there's a spring in bloom release that just was very, very recent from Memory Box, which is crazy to think about right now. But he didn't send me any samples of those, but I do have some of the dies. But I wanted to start by talking about these ones because, you guys, we've had to reorder these. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the camera here. Am I straight? I don't think that I'm straight. Okay. Because we've had to reorder some of these dies like numerous times. Okay. So first off, I want to talk about the fan stitched scallop frames. This is new from this release, and we have sold out of this like that every time we get it in, and then we have a list when it finally comes back in, and then we don't have very many. So I wanted to make sure that I focused on this one because that's what they used for all of these samples, and this is such a fantastic and unique die. So, and I'm all about the nesting dies. And, you know, when Dave from Memory Box does samples and sends them to us, they're so easy, but the way that he puts them together and adds just a little bit of ink for embellishments makes them amazing. So the fan stitched scalloped frames, whether you're doing any season, and that could be one of the reasons this one is so popular, it's $25.50. That's a funny price. And you get, let's see, I don't know, that many dies. Oh, it says 7 dies included. And I think this one might include a magnet for storage, although maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Oh, magnetic backing included. Yeah. So this is one of those that if you want it, be sure to let me know or stop in and snag it. Now, the star of the holiday season this year has been these penguins. So I think we're on like our 3rd or 4th reorder of the penguins as well, which for the nested die, I understand it's all year, but these guys are so flipping cute that I think people are just falling in love with them. Okay. So we have 4 different penguins in this release. We have the waving penguin, which is this little guy right here. How's the signal, you guys? Are you able to see it? It looks fuzzy on my computer, but I don't know. I put it on cell, but I can try putting it on, I think I put it on cell. Let me see. This new phone of mine is like so hard sometimes to get to what I need to get to. So maybe I can't, oh, wait. Okay, I'm gonna just try it. I hope it doesn't kill the stream here. Hold on. See if that makes it better. You guys let me know if it makes it clearer once it kind of kicks in. Waving penguin is this guy, and he comes with this. Really put those on if you don't want him to be, you know, festive, because the penguin, it's his self does not have the hat. It's not like part of it. It's just an add-on. Okay. So that's the waving penguin. And then the bundled penguin. I mean, you guys, this hat. Oh, good. Thanks, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. This hat. I mean, look at that. Kid, don't you just love that guy? I mean, it's so cute. So, I forgot to give you prices. The waving penguin is $21.99. You have to bear with me. I'm like rusty now, right? And the bundled penguin is also $21.99. And they are about the same size, so they can kind of, you know, mix and match the little accessories and stuff if you want it. And then the 2 small penguins are the cheerful penguin, which is this little guy, and then the marching penguin, who, oh, okay, so $13.99 on the cheerful penguin, and they all come with their own scarf, and $12.50 on the marching penguin. But look at this, you guys. Do you see this? You can make the arms go whatever way you want to. They can go up, they can go down. And what caught my attention, I didn't even know this. This is, well, hi. Hi, Kelly. This is not the first time we've had these penguins come in, right? So, but you see how he's like celebrating, his little arms are up. And then on this sample, his little arms are out to the side. And so the way that they have these arms, you could actually, if you want them to go up, you use this one on this side and this one on the other side. But if you want them to go down, you would just switch them and you'd still be on the positive side of the die cut, but you could have the arms go in all kinds of directions. That's so cute. I love it when they do clever stuff like that. So that one is the marching penguin, and oh, his feet can go in all sorts of directions too. So you really can make him do whatever you want. So he's $12.50. And then we have this adorable little snowman. Now, hang on a minute, because I think this might be new. This whole line, they all have magnetic backings included in the packaging, which is fantastic. They didn't used to do that. It used to just be a die, you know, in the package. But now that's awesome. So $18.99 on the snowy owl. He's so cute. I only have one of this little bird left. But one of the things I love about this bird is it can be holiday, but it can be winter, it could be spring, it could be all kinds of things because the scarf is separate. So this Happy Dance bird is $18.50, and you can see him right there. Also, I think most of the sentiments are in stock. I just didn't grab them because I already had a ton of stuff to talk about. So, and I think I only have one left of these in stock at the moment also. So this is the musical songbook. This can go for so many things, right? It doesn't have to be the penguin. I mean, you could use it with the owl. You could use it with a whole bunch of other dies that you have in your stash. But it's got this beautiful swath of music and the book. Okay? So, I mean, it's just gorgeous. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a music book, right? It could be somebody's reading. So $17.99 on the musical songbook. You guys, and I really do think you need to take a look at this. So the way that the die works is you have this fantastic cover. You do the spine as one die. So that's how you get different colors there. And then the paper that you layer this guy, the book cover over, has these lines that are die cut. So it really, really looks like pages in there. So fun. Okay. So this was one of the very first ones to sell out, and it's taken us a while to get this one back in because Memory Box was out for a while. This, my friends, is the winter boot. Which you're like, until you see it with the samples and stuff, but you guys, look at how this looks up close. I mean, this is phenomenal, right? Those laces, you've got the tread, you've got the little fuzz around it. Oh, I just love it. And then this little mouse was sized to go with it, and I've got that mouse to show you. So, but the other thing that's awesome is if you hike, this boot will be great for embellishments in hiking and outdoors and stuff. And from what I can gather here, you might not even have to put the fluff on if you didn't want to. So I haven't tried that necessarily, but I would think maybe. So I'm looking. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at this piece right here, right? And this looks like this top piece, but I think that this drawing, this is where I get stuck while we're talking, right? I think that drawing is not actually exactly what this shows. But then again, it might be close. It's just this one isn't quite as exaggerated. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so $12.99 on the boot. So it's a great price on that one too. And then Happy Mouse. He also comes with a scarf. He could also go with, so this little guy is Buster Mouse. This one is Happy Mouse. But he's also sized to go with some of the other small characters in the collection. And he's only $9.50. Then we have Buster Mouse, who has a sweater on. $15.99. Okay. And I don't know. His hat would fit Happy Mouse, but I'm not sure beyond that. And then Village Mouse, I don't think I have him in any of the samples here necessarily, but you can see how he fits with those guys. So $13.50 on that one. Oh, I grabbed the songbook twice. That means I probably have two of them. Okay, so next, so that was just kind of a recap on like this collection that you saw maybe a few teasers on Facebook. You might have seen it, but I wanted to let you guys know we just got a restock. If you were waiting for it, if you put your name specifically on a list, we've got it pulled, and I'll be sending you an email shortly. But then I wanted to show you guys the new collection. Okay, it's not a big collection. And I didn't grab everything, but there's a couple things in here that I did really actually want to point out. So the first thing that I wanted to point out is the Mouse Prince. So the Mouse Prince is only $7.99, and he's just a little chunkier, fatter mouse. But if you guys remember, God, I don't know when this was, maybe a year or so ago, but Memory Box came out with these birds, and people went bananas for these birds. I was like, what? But there was something about the crown, and people were just like, it was so fun to dress up the birds. So we now have a mouse that can coordinate with those. It doesn't have to go with it, and the crown is removable, so you don't have to use it either on the birds or on the mouse, but the mouse is new. So $7.99 on that adorable little mouse. That's called the Mouse Prince. And then the Royal Robin, just because it's in my hand, this one is older though, so you may have already gotten it, but that one is only $9.99. But if not, we have it in stock. Okay, and then I was quite excited to see that we have 2 new nesting dies in this release. Now, this one has been insane, okay, popularity-wise. And it is, let me just tell you, the biggest one is 4 by 5.2 inches. So it's, Memory Box does a great job, but it is perfectly sized so that it's the right ratio for an A2 card. So that one is the fan stitched scallop frames. That's what all the samples are done with. And then for this release, they came out with the oval eyelet rectangle frames. Whew, that is a mouthful. But I think that these are going to be just as popular because it's the same, it's a similar concept, right? It's not exactly the same, but you have a little bit of open space, so you have some peek through in there that you could do some really, really fun stuff. Oh, you see 5? What do you see 5 of, Kelly? It'll be a quiz here. Okay, so that's the fan sketch, and then this is the oval eyelet rectangle frame, and there are, that one's $25.99, and they didn't do this, I think, in the last release with that fan scallop one, but in this one, we have the round eyelet circle frames. I love these kind of things, because these, when you make a centerpiece, they can fit so beautifully. It gives it a really nice landing spot, whether it is for your, you know, your scrapbooks or your cards or your junk journals or whatever, but it does. And you can cut those out of vellum. You can cut them out of all kinds of stuff. So those are $19.99, and the largest one is 4 by 4. So that'll be a really, really nice size. Okay, now I'm going to move these. I wanted to leave these out so that when I got to the nesting ones, you guys kind of had at least a little frame of reference. Not much. One day I'm going to put these on card bases, but it hasn't happened yet. So, okay. So this is some of the new stuff. Now, we have this really cute. It's a raindrop plate. So it is going to cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's $25.99, and it does cut the outside edge, I believe. I'm going to open this one just to verify, because I didn't get, I think he was really busy, so he didn't have time to make all the samples. But let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh, you guys. I'm like, wait, which way do raindrops go? So not only would you get a really pretty background, but you're going to get some really fun confetti out of that too. So depending on what kind of paper you choose, you know, you could even throw it in shaker card if you wanted to, which is really, really great. Okay, so $25.99 on that one. And then that's the raindrop plate. That's new this release. And then, you guys, this is like the cutest little set. Rainy Day Mouse. I mean, now, I think a lot of you guys know, but Memory Box is local. They also live in the rain. So I love that we have a mouse in a raincoat. And of course, the raincoat is extra, so you don't have to put the mouse in the raincoat. The raincoat. So $11.99 on Rainy Day Mouse, but then you have the Daisy umbrella. So here's what's so cool about this. Now, it's $11.99. You can, the way that he has this designed is to make it really look even more dimensional. He's really good at this. So you have these 2 layers, and then when you stack them up, the petals are offset already, so you don't have to necessarily figure out how to turn, you know, the same piece. You have ones that will work together to create all of those petals and layers, okay? And then you have the little top, and then you have this stem. So the stem is it has this little umbrella handle. Now, what that means is this little guy is sized perfectly to use the daisy umbrella as an umbrella. It is so cute. And so you just put the little handle, you know, kind of right here by his hand. Now, if you don't want to do that, if you're like, oh, that's really dumb, what you do is you just kind of position it and you can just cut the hook off, right? Or you could even cut a strip and do your own kind of stem or something like that. But these are going to make stunning florals. Stunning. And then this one. This is, I've seen the samples already. And once it gets the lookbook done, or we have real samples, I will revisit this, okay? So that you guys really get the feeling. But there's samples on his website. So this one is one of the ones that I was really excited about. So we've got $24.99 for the flower basket bouquet. And you guys, this thing is packed, okay? So let's just talk about this a little bit because it makes a great basket. You can put all kinds of stuff in a basket like this, okay? So one that I absolutely love, tulips. We're always looking for tulips. Tulips are huge here. So you have some really nice little layering tulips. You also have these sunflowers, which as you can see here, has a similar concept to the one that we were just talking about. You've got leaves, and I got zero idea what this thing is. Breadstick? I don't think it's a breadstick. Oh, you know what? I bet it's the border of the basket. You can't see it in the sample, but I think this might be it right down here. Like, I don't know. So I want to talk a little bit about what, what you would do with this, okay? Because this is going to cut the outline of the basket. This is going to cut the detail in. So yeah, it is, isn't it, Cindy? Or really, I mean, you could even turn this into, like, if you were still doing Christmas cards or winter cards or something, you could just stuff this basket full of all kinds of stuff. I think that's really fun. But, so you have some options. You can make the basket with the detail, or you don't have to. That's why it is removable. Now, if I'm going to run this through my die cut machine and I want the texture in, what I will do is I will actually, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can die cut it first, and then you can line this piece up, tape it to that, run it through, get your pattern. But for me personally, I probably would take the lazier route and just do it all at once. And then I know that I'm good. So I would get it perfectly lined up. And it's easier to do this on the paper, not on in the air. And then tape the whole thing with like washi tape to hold it in place. That way I could run it through a whole bunch of times, and I only have to take it apart if I wanted to do like the basket without. But actually, now that I'm looking at this, you guys, I think you do want to do a second layer in like something darker. And the reason is because those little holes are going to be a peek through to whatever's behind. Can you see that? And so now that I'm looking at this one, I think that's what they did. So I think they actually cut this once by itself and then once with the texture. And that also can create a pocket so that you can put stuff in it. Okay, so that, my friends, is the flower basket bouquet. All right. Now, I think, I'm just looking around real quick. I think that's it for Memory Box. Woo! Okay. And that was only one tiny, tiny pile on this table. Now, I want to show you, do you guys like paper rose? I think a lot of you probably do. And, you know, you might be watching this later, so you can still answer. Just go ahead and answer in the comments. Say, yeah, I love paper rose, or what is paper rose? Okay, so paper rose is a company out of Australia that we have really fallen in love with. We've fallen in love with it. You guys have fallen in love with it. And they do quite a few releases every month. And we are, well, I don't know, maybe one or two. by quite a few. I mean, you know, I just was on a phone call with Echo Park, or I was watching a recording Zoom, and he said they do 50 lines a year. 50. My jaw dropped. I was like, oh, that's why I feel like I can't keep up. 5 lines a year. That's a lot. So 2 lines, say you did 2 lines a month, 2 new lines a month, that's still a lot, you know, in this industry, but that way you have stuff for everybody, and it's 24 lines a year, which when you say that, it sounds like a gob. But you guys, for years, we have had a small, you know, a small number of people ask us for like religious Christmas papers and embellishments and things to work with. And I'm always on the lookout. And we've had a number of lines over the years. Oh, see, Diane, thank you. You're playing along. So, and so this year, what happened recently is that Paper Rose, they bought this big, expensive equipment, and that's how they make those amazing embossed die cuts. But I think it was that piece. I don't really know, actually. I'm just going to say they had an expensive piece of machinery breakdown, and it threw off the whole cycle of everything. So this is a Christmas line, and yes, it is late. I mean, we still have, what, 13 days, but it's definitely late to be getting in a new Christmas line. However, I didn't order a ton of it, but for those of you guys that don't need it as urgently, we can still get it. We won't probably be able to get any more before Christmas, I don't think. But this is hands down the most stunning nativity paper I have ever seen. And I'm so excited. I just pulled it out of the box, but I'm so excited to actually get to show it to you guys and look through it. So, because a lot of times what happens with these lines, the nativity-based ones, is they get this weird, like, blocky cartoon kind of a design. I mean, I don't know. But this is, I mean, this is art. This is so gorgeous. So the line is called Joy to the World. And I'm going to try and see here. So if you are familiar with Paper Rose, they label their collection and then they just do the line, the paper in a letter. So if there are certain ones you want, these should be checked in and ready to go tomorrow. I left it up front with my other half, so we will see how that goes, but they're all here, okay? But for my out-of-towners, you know, this is a small line, so, you know, if you need like 4 sheets or more, we'll pull it, okay? The individual sheets are $1.65, and I don't have these in order, which will make it a little bit easier, but let me at least separate, hold on. I really did just unpack these. I mean, you guys, look at the face of this sweet little angel. Oh, I mean, she looks like one of those porcelain dolls from Franklin Mint. You know, the ones that we all thought were going to be collector's items, and now we're like, that's a lot of dolls. So, okay. So this one has Joy to the World, and then it has Joy to the World Basics. Now, because of the time of the season, hi Amber. They didn't have the collection kits in stock at the moment that I ordered, the 12 by 12s. Okay, so if you do want a 12 by 12 of either the regular line or the basics, I have to get that ordered for you. But I got in whatever open stock papers I could so that you guys could get your hands on this, because and then I do have some of the die cuts and things. Okay, so this one is Joy to the World A. This is your 4x6 cut aparts. I mean, and even this one, which isn't necessarily, you know, nativity based, but I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then you have a really beautiful and not overpowering angel on the backside. So that's Joy to the World A. And then Joy to the World E, okay, we don't have all the papers, but I did what I could because I wanted people to be able to get some of this if they wanted it. And then we have Joy to the World F. Oops, I didn't show you. The backside of E actually is really fabulous. So one of the things Paper Rose does, and they do it often, is when they do, you know, like borders like this, they actually do it so it would be relatively easy to stick this in your paper trimmer and cut the strips without cutting other parts of the design in half. Like, you know, you wouldn't necessarily cut this a strip to wrap it around something and cut off the donkey's heads or something, or cut off the feet of something above you. So you have like little feet at the top of your banner. So they do a really good job with that. That one is Joy to the World E. And then Joy to the World F has some other images that you can cut apart. And it just has a really nice blue stripe on the backside. And then we're into the basics, okay? So some of these are just, they're just gorgeous. And I think like a paper like this one, which I'll show you next, actually, I should probably go in order. Oh, look, there's those birds that I saw. God, it's pretty. And you know, what's great is these birds are white. They're on a white background. And so even though it's a full busy pattern, it actually isn't that busy, right? You could use this as a background and totally like get away with it without it being like, pow. So that one is Joy to the World Basics B. Now we're at Basics C. This is a general floral. And I will have to check that, but I think it's going to go with the Christmas Tree Farm and Christmas Holly. Okay. And it's just got a nice linen on the backside. Joy to the World Basics D. So this one threw me off in the basics because you have a big design here and up here, which is usually what is in the regular line. But you have this gorgeous background of the music. So it's got the music, it's kind of faint, and then you have some white script on top of it. So you already have a number of layers as you go to create what you want to create. And then, again, I like that they put things in here so that if you needed the nativity part of the line, you can use that. But there are other pieces in here that you can absolutely use. And for like Northwest, sort of a Christmas, you know, festive background, that's like tree rounds, pine cones, and what looks like almost like birch tree wrapped candles. And it's gorgeous. Okay, so that's D. And then Joy to the World F just has some stars on it. And then it has more. Now this one isn't quite as lined up for your paper trimmer. And that had to do with they wanted a little less line and a little more continuous because the angel is higher, right? So, but again, the images are just so, I have never seen a paper this pretty for nativity. So I am just so pleased. And I know that there's going to be a number of you guys that are going to love this. So what I have is, hold on, let me get my cheat sheet here. 1 second. Because we just pulled these out of the box. So some stuff I just stuck price tags on that it may not even be checked in yet. But other things, okay, so I've got my little cheat sheet here. Okay, so the 6x6s, these guys I think are $10.99, okay, and this, we were able to get the basics and the regular one in the 6x6. Is that upside down? No. Oh, it's up, I have it just upside down on the table. Okay. So, because I didn't have all the papers in open stock, in 12x12, I'm going to quickly go through this so that you can see what the whole collection looks like. Okay. So, you've got your 4x6 cut aparts when it's the big one. This is a paper we did not get in open stock. But you guys, I mean, this is so pretty, right? And even just this background. Ugh. This was the one that was supposed to be in here that wait. Yeah, I think this was this is the 3x4 cut aparts. It looks like it was not included. Okay. And And then there is a, oh my God, that's gorgeous. This one, I don't think, yeah, it wasn't in there either, but wow, look at that. That would be really pretty for water and stuff too. And then we've got this one, which I do think we had. Yeah. And we have the cut aparts, and then we're back to the beginning. So that is the full set of papers then for the, oh, what is this called? The regular line. But let me grab this so I don't completely muck things up. And then I think what I'll do, so whoever gets this one, it's going to be out of order, but you will have that nice image to take a look at. So I just like to, if you know, if I'm opening it, I might as well reorganize the paper. Then people will go, does it have this? All right. So we'll do this one quickly too. And we did not get in a 12 by 12. It's big in a 12 by 12. So, but man, so pretty. And look at the back side of that one. So if you want the 12 by 12 collection, because, you know, Christmas does come around every year, right? Let me know and I will make sure we get it for you. Because I do think that this is one that is going to be great for people. All right. So out of these patterns, what do you guys think is your favorite? Should we put this one on the back side? I think that's pretty. Or the floral. Yeah, let's do the floral. Okay. Stick this one back in. Okay. Now I'm going to go a little bit more quick. I keep saying that. I don't know why I say that. I just promised that, but you know. All right. So what we were able to get in from this collection is the Joy to the World cut aparts. And so this one has 6 designs, 3 of each. Okay. But you do have to fussy cut these. But they are a great value because they are, I think, $12.99. I wrote down some notes, but so I think these are the prices. We haven't checked it in yet, but I'm pretty sure those are the prices. So $12.99, and you get the 18 sheets. You just have to do the fussy cutting yourself, okay? And then we have the embossed die cuts. So, well, this one is the tags and the tickets. There is also a main one, and we got the quick card die cuts, but there's also a main one, again, late in the season. So, and with the breakdown, I think they were just short on some parts. So, those other die cuts are amazing as well. But, so I want to show you this if you are not as familiar with their embossed die cuts, because the detail on these with that thermography is, oh my God. I mean, just look at that. So here's a star, right? And then I'm going to try and see if I can get it. Look at that. I mean, it's so freaking perfect on there. It's just like right in the right place. I am always just totally blown away by how do they get that to happen? I don't know. So, and these tend to go quickly. In whatever line we happen to get them in, they tend to go quickly, okay? Because once you kind of discover them, then you sort of fall in love with these. And I believe these guys are $10.99. All right. Okay, so that one is the tags and tickets. Now, we also have the quick card die cuts, which is the same die cuts I'm going to show you in the kit. But we have those if you just want those to go with the paper, make your own stuff. And these ones, again, are $10.99. Now, the quick card kit. So, if you have started to do any of these kits, you know just how fun they are. So, what it is you get 18 sheets of paper in here, and you get a set of the quick card die cuts. And then you also get an inspiration sheet, okay? So, the die cuts, let me pull out what we need for paper. Set that off to the side. So if you haven't done one of these before, it makes, well, they give you ideas for 6 cards, but you end up with extra die cuts and you have extra paper. So you can make these and then make other things if you want to, or you can mix and match however you want. But the directions are very easy to follow. Well, they're not directions, but they do tell you kind of what you need. So, and this is what I love about these kits. The paper, you can only get this paper in the quick card kit, okay? So you get a design and it ties in with the rest of the line. And then you have sort of like a strip of some sort on here. And then each one has its own B-side, okay? Now, each of the cards that features those papers uses part of the front, part of the back. So it is just that easy, okay? So you've got, I'm just kind of showing you the papers here. But if you still need to make Christmas cards, and this is your jam, this is going to be a good one to pick up. And I only have a handful because I really didn't order that heavy because it was coming so late. So, I mean, I don't know if this one goes this way. No, I think it goes this way. Yeah, based on the font. That's how you can usually tell. And then you've got the angels, and you've got... Now, let me just quickly mention something, okay? So when I do the quick cuts, or the quick cards, this paper right here goes for this card, okay? So I'm looking at this and I see that it's a A2 card that I want to do. I know, right, Diane? Yeah. And so I will basically kind of cut this in half, and then this side here, making sure that I don't use the side with the stripe, I cut that to A2 size. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and they are a 6 by 8. So you do have some room because you're gonna cut it. No, I think actually, now I'm confused myself. I think these are 4 by 6 cards in the pictures. Okay. But again, you guys, absolutely, you can make this a A2 card if you want to. And how you do that is, instead of cutting it directly in half, you cut so that the side that is not, that's going to cover the card, if you don't want a mat, you cut that one to 4 1/4. Now already that makes this one thinner because you'll need to mat it, okay? But the other thing that I do is I like to find, and it looks to me like, when I look at this color, like a brushed corduroy would be really a gorgeous, gorgeous brown to kind of accentuate in here because it's this sort of warm reddish brown. But once I get this to the size I want, I'm going to ink the edges of this one because the back side of the paper is fairly tone on tone with this one. So if I want them to stand out a little bit more, I want to ink the edges. You could even take your paper distresser and distress around the edges if you wanted to. That part's up to you. But you can kind of get an idea of what you want to do when you look at the picture here. I'm trying to get this close enough. And you can see that those are really close in color. Okay, so again, dealer's choice, totally up to you. But so like this paper here that was the first one we looked at with the kings, you're going to cut that one so that it's the same height as the piece behind it, but just inside. And then you find those die cuts, and you can just put them flat or on foam. Foam is my favorite, but I mean, look at this. Isn't that fun? Okay, so these are the papers, but let's look at the die cuts that come with it. Oh, so this is the best part. I mean, when they came out with these, oh my gosh. Okay, so this one is the Quick Cuts. Quick Cuts. For those of you guys that aren't local, Quick Cuts is a company that was, I think they might even still, no, they're gone now. They have been around for a long time, and they used to have like the only way you could get an alphabet if you wanted to cut your own. And so I don't know why I just keep saying Quick Cuts, but it's funny. You guys, I mean, look at that. So this one right here with the candle, that is going to be this card right here. And with that blue, oh man, I'm telling ya. Stop gushing, Brooke. Stop gushing. Okay, so you've got a lot of parts And in the kit, these big round ones tend to be like the main image. And then the other pieces are layering pieces, but you always end up with extras. So the quick card kits are $22.99. Okay, so that's what I have for Joy to the World. So we've got the open stock paper that I showed. We have the 6x6 in both the regular and the basic. We have the quick card collection. We also have the quick card die cuts, which a lot of people get an extra one because you have extra paper. So you just need another set of die cuts or two to make those cards again. We have the embossed die cuts, tags, and tickets. And the die cuts themselves, I think, are $10.99. And then we also have the cut aparts. Okay. So if you do want those, because I have such limited amount here now, let me know if you need them for this year or next year. And then I can dole it out for anybody who's in an emergency. Now, I want to show you guys. Some of these arrived. This is not Christmas. Some of this line arrived, and when I ordered it, I know, right, Kelly? Yeah. So when I ordered this line, all of these things were not showing in stock. So I only have a handful of things to show you. And there's more stuff coming, okay? But I want to show you this because, oh my gosh. So they did a rainbow line. They've done a couple of them. Rainbow Twirl 2, I don't know, Rainbow Village. Oh, maybe that's what this one is. Oh, this is Rainbow Village. You know, but they've done numbers of these lines. And they're all a little different, but they all have this color scheme that you just cannot believe. And so I know on the computer this might be subdued, but I'm telling you, it is so cheerful in person. So we do have the 12 by 12 collection kit in this one. And I will be ordering more of this one. In fact, I did order more, but some came, so I'm going to just show it to you now. So $19.99 on the collection kit. Now, what's nice about this one, too, is this is where you get... I know you do, Kelly. You're one of the few. I don't mind it either, but the fussy cutting is... People are, you know... Some people are on the fence, we'll just say. So, but with this one, you actually get all of these sentiments that match. And that only is available in the collection kit. And then I believe... Let me see... I think you get 2 of each of the papers, okay? So, we have, this one is just kind of your adorable cut aparts. But I mean, wait until you guys see the birds that are in this collection. Freaking phenomenal. Oh my gosh, yeah. But look at that. Oh. And the trees. Do you guys love this? This is one of the papers we got in open stock, okay? And look at those flowers. They're kind of like a stylized, almost, I don't know, they feel almost like a 70s vibe, maybe? But not totally. Like, do you remember back in the day when we would make, like, these kind of flowers out of, what is that, crepe paper? Not big ones, but, you know, you could get the little leaves, you bunch it up and stuff. But I think this is so pretty. And maybe it's just me. But I think you guys will like it too. This one is also one we got in stock. We only got 2 of the open stock papers, okay? So it was those 2. But you guys, I mean, wow, right? And then look at this side. I am so in love with this side. This is all the rainbow splatter. And this collection is actually on kind of like a cream background. So it's not white based. You can see white is in the UPC there, so you can see. But you guys, for doing art kind of things and stuff like that, even if you aren't doing any of the Rainbow Village stuff, this is a phenomenal splatter piece. Here is your 4x6 or your 3x4 cut aparts. I mean, is that face not enough to just make you fall in love with the whole line? Oh, right there. But hey, wait. There's this guy. I love that. And you have some other, some other great images, but they're nice for card makers too. So you've got thanks a bunch, you've got sending lots of love, thinking of you, so it's not weird stuff if you make cards. And those mushrooms, okay? So a lot of these other papers will be getting in open stock too. So just kind of to give you a heads up. But these guys, these little these little birds, I don't know. Is it just me, or do you just want to name every one of these guys and adopt them as pets, even if you don't have birds? I have a cat. I don't know if that's a great idea. And then rainbow wood, but you've got it mixed with, I don't know, what is that? A damask of some sort and some, the white text. I am loving this white text thing they have going on. Okay. And then this is the last paper in the collection. And this is the 4x6 cut aparts. Okay. But I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I can't even hardly. So, the cool thing about this one, right, is these are not straight, which gives you kind of a good, flow to it. If you're just cutting a little bit, your butterflies are all over the place. But if you look, you can very clearly see lines where you might cut this to have it be, and how cute would that be to have it be angled a little bit, that angle on your card. I just think that would be great. So those are the papers in this. And then we have also, so we have the 12 by 12 collection kit. We also have the, upside down. We also have the 6 by 6 paper pad. Now we don't have very many of either of these at the moment, just because I didn't actually know I was getting any. So I'm kind of excited about that. But I do have one more thing to show you. And so this is a relatively new, concept from Paper Rose. This is the first one of these that I've gotten in. This is not the first release that they did this, but like the first release was a release I didn't really like, so I didn't order it. And then they did come out with one also for the bees and the butterfly collection. And so we'll probably get that one in too. But since I was going through this collection, I only got one of these because I want to see what it's like. The folio, oh, I didn't write that one down. This one is a little bit more expensive. I feel like, I want to say like $34.99 or somewhere in that range. But you guys, it makes 2 folios. Okay. And literally that's all I know about it. Because I haven't seen it either. But look at how much stuff you get. So you get a ton, and there's 2 different ones. So this is the mini junk journal folio kit, and this features the Rainbow Village. Okay, so all of these are 8.5 by 11 papers, just to give you kind of a size comparison. And then let's see what's in the kit. So this, I'm guessing, is your cover. It has score lines right here to make it easy. Everything is already die cut for you. Okay. And then this one has your pockets, and it has, this must be part of a waterfall. Okay. You know what? I bet there's instructions in here because I just see 3B, 4B, that kind of thing. Because, yeah, this is going to be another waterfall. And then you have an, I mean, you have so much stuff in here. Holy cow. So let me just kind of go through this stuff really quick, and then we'll get to the directions because that might help clear it up. It might. Okay, but now I'm seeing, wait a minute. I got 2 of that one. Do I have? Okay, well, I don't 100% know, but this kit has 2 of this one. So we'll find out if that's right. Or if one of them is a bonus, sometimes that happens, or if we're missing a page. So, oh my God, it's so cute. And you don't have to necessarily do like the folio part of it, right? But that's your other cover, okay? And then we have this piece. Hi! All right. So I have been told that these are easy to put together. So I kind of think that these might be easy to put together. And so should we, well, no, we won't have time today, but perhaps we will do one at some point. Okay, so this looks like one of our bases, and we probably glue the two bases together. Oh, nope, I got it. I got it. I'm going to just show you guys quickly. I'm not necessarily going to take it all apart, but okay. So it's a trifold folio, and this base piece right here is right here. And then what they do is they take this guy, which they call 2A or 2B, so that you know which folio you're working on. And you basically just glue that on the inside of the cover to create 3 panels. That way you have some different panels, and when you fold it, it goes into a trifold. And then those things that I thought were waterfalls actually are the panels that flip up and down. So I do think I might have to put one of these together for you guys, but I am very curious what you guys think of a concept like this, because it's kind of new for them. And it is a little bit more on, you know, the pricier project kit side of things. I mean, it's not for 2 folios. Still, it's a really good price. Everything's die cut, scored, all that stuff for you. And you can add in other things from the other parts of the line. But I am curious to see what you guys think. This is my first time looking at it, so I'm pretty excited to give that one a try. I only have one of those, but if it comes together, I will be sure to show you guys. Okay, now, I hope you guys are still hanging in here with me, because I could talk forever. So, this is a paper pad that I ordered merely. I've not seen this one before today, okay? But I am going to take these things off because I took a peek at this one, and you guys are going to be freaking blown away, okay? So, one of the hold on, it's coming. Yeah, one of the most, oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I was like, did I just work that hard to get that off? And there's a second one? No, that's just the adhesive. Okay. So one of the most popular pads we have ever had in the store are from Craft Consortium, which I always get confused with these guys. And it is, they have these various, God dog it. They have these various like alcohol inked background pads, and we've carried them for years, and every time a new one comes out, people are just like, ah! So and they didn't really discontinue them. It's just that a lot of people that wanted them got the ones they wanted, and so but when I saw this, are you guys like thinking, Brooke, just grow your fingernails, man? Okay. Ugh, there we go. Okay, so this is the Amethyst foiled paper pad, but there is more. Oh, good. Thank you, Diane. It was like watching paint dry there for a minute, watching me try to get those stickers on. Okay, so when we had the the Craft Consortium ones, okay, they were a double-sided one, but they look so dimensional. It was crazy. But the one thing people always said is, oh, I wish the gold was gold, right? Because it adds that touch of stuff. Wait until you guys see this. And I don't know if this is going to come through on the camera. But not only is it amazingly foiled, okay? Can you guys see this? It doesn't even say it on the cover, but it did say it in the description. So I was hoping that this was the case. I don't know how much this is going to show up on the camera. This is a shimmer cardstock with foiled accents. I mean, elegant on elegant on elegant, okay? It's single-sided, and the back side, So the back side is also got this pearl to it. And what's interesting is, because of the way foil goes on, you do have some of that kind of residue, but it almost looks like marble. So this pad has 3 of each color design, and I cannot wait to show you. Here's, oh my God. I just took a quick peek because I did not want to like spoil the excitement. Oh my God, you guys, and I know you cannot see all of this on the video, but holy bananas, it is amazing, amazing. So here's the reality of the situation, okay? If this is a paper pad that you want, you need to let me know ASAP, because Crafter's Companion, they do one and done on their paper pads. I don't know. We have in 3, and when I looked, I didn't want to order heavy because the description said foiled and shimmered, but I couldn't see any pictures, okay? I just saw the front cover, and so I didn't want to order heavy if it wasn't going to be amazing. And I'm going to tell you guys, it is so much better than I even imagined. I mean, this is wow. Just wow. Like, it would be really hard to recreate this looking this stunning, okay? So, oh my God. Absolutely amazing. And the colors are so vibrant. I hope that you guys can see that. I wasn't fully in the camera, but enough, right? Okay, so here's the deal. These ones are, oh, this one I believe is $35.99, okay? So it's a little bit more expensive for a paper pad, but this is what's really important to remember. You get 36 sheets in here. So that is $1 a sheet for foiled and shimmered, okay? So plus you have 3 of each. So if you come up with a design, you actually have multiples. But if we were to sell a paper like this in the store that's shimmered and foiled, it would be probably $2 to $2.50 a sheet. So getting it in the pad is a really, really good price. So now that I've seen this, I'm probably going to go the rest of them to make sure we have them coming, because it is, I mean, oh my God, it's so gorgeous. So if you do boxes and things like that, it's like a thick, it's not quite like thin cardstock, maybe a little bit. But it is like a heavy paper, if that makes sense. Yeah, Amber, I have to check because I did think that I mailed that stuff to you. So I will try to remember. Okay, so that's the Crafter's Companion Amethyst paper pad. Now we have some new die cuts from a new company. This is the very first time I've ordered from these guys, and it was so hard to make decisions. I knew that I wanted to get some Christmas die cuts because we had some stuff, you know, our Christmas season was kind of weird this year. But a couple of these were only down to 1s and 2s. But this is Pretty Little Studio. They are somewhere over on the East Coast, okay? And they have these mini die cut packs, and then they have bigger ones for like scrapbookers. And I don't really have Christmas ones in the bigger ones, just in the minis. But in these, this one is called Woodland Christmas. Okay, let me take one of these out. Which one should we take? Okay, how about Candy Cane? I think this is one that we might not have a ton of. I don't know which ones we actually have a ton of. Okay, so this one, it's $5.50, and this particular one has 20 die cuts in it, okay? So, couple of candy canes. It is called candy cane. But you guys, I mean, look at that. And it's not like really, really thick, but I would say comparable to the die cuts that you would get from like Echo Park or one of those companies. Definitely thicker than, you know, paper. But I mean, could these things be any cuter? Seriously. So it's all these vintage images, and then you've got a few little extras. But really, one of the things that I liked about this one is they might have a few little pieces in there, but it is mostly icons, right? That's what we're looking for in die cut packs. You might want a few pieces like this so you can have somebody carrying a candy cane, but really you're after the kitten with yarn, or you're after the ice skating bunny, right? So anyways, this one is called Candy Cane. Okay. And then, so now that you kind of see how this goes, I'm just going to hold up the other ones to the camera and show you the backs of them so that you can see all that's in there, because you kind of have an idea. But I love it. They're a great size, and she was very efficient with her packaging. So the packaging is small, but the die cuts fill it. Okay, so that's Candy Cane. This one is called Woodland Christmas, and this one is going to have like your bear. Actually, these little ducklings are freaking adorable. You've got a Santa, you've got trees, some bunnies, some owls. And then we have one called Jolly Santa. And this one is all Santas, okay? I mean, you know, you just got a bunch of big Santas. It's fabulous. And then we have one called Snowman. And guess what? It is all snowmen, okay? And the minis, they're $5.50, so I think they're really reasonable. Plus, it's a very, very small company. So if you like to get stuff from, you know, different places that not all of your friends are going to already have, this is a great one to grab just because it's so unique and different. This one is called Santa Claus, and I'm guessing you can probably see. Actually, you know what's funny? Oh, this one does not have a picture on the backside, so I will open that one. This one is called Saint Nick, but I think by putting it on the video, you guys can actually see what's in the package significantly better than even in person. That's pretty awesome. I know, and they're good Santas, right? Yeah, I mean, look at the face. Yeah. So there's lots of Santas to choose from and lots of other kind of Christmas things. But one of the things that I do know from years and years and years is it's always hard to find good Santas that are just Santas, that aren't mixed with a whole bunch of other stuff, that when you're just looking for a Santa, you just want a Santa. So anyways, this one is called Wildlife. This is not a Christmas one, but it seemed very like Northwest and adorable. Okay, and then the last of the mini ones, this one is called Snow Friends. And it looks like 19 in here. Boy, these are packed in good. Wow. All right, so we'll just do this quick. Let's do this. Okay. Oh my God. So it's like I think this one will be good even into, into the winter, farther into the winter, because it's not really holiday. So for those of you guys that don't celebrate Christmas, or, maybe you don't celebrate the Santa part of Christmas, you just like the festivities, and so you tend to do winter cards or season's greetings, that kind of thing. This one could be a really cute set, but they're all these amazing vintage images. I mean, and there's more. Look at this little cast of characters. Okay. Oh my God. And there's a puppy and a little snowman and a teddy bear. And then you've got a penguin, a chipmunk, a kitty, another deer, and a couple of accent hearts. Okay. So that is that one. Let me find the piece that goes on the top. Otherwise, everybody says, do these all have the same thing in them? Every time, I can always tell the package that I showed you guys on the videos because, was the heart? I think the heart was in this one. Yeah, it was. Okay. because I never quite get the same thing on top. And then people look at it and they're like, oh, snowmen. Well, Cindy, they were good Santas too. So yeah, I think you just covered your bases. So then people, when they come in, they're like, oh, do these all have the same thing? Yeah, I just mixed it up. Okay. But I want to make sure I get this in here. So, do I keep going? Do you guys want to see more stuff? Do we stop for the day? Okay, so this one is the larger die cuts. So as you can see, right? I mean, the bag's larger, but also the die cuts. So this one is Ginger Snap. It's a little bit of a fall one, but the images are so, I mean, I love this little raccoon. You've got the turkey for Thanksgiving, which is very difficult to find these days. Just really difficult. And you have some cute stuff for like Halloween or you know, whatever you might want. But just some really nice sort of foresty type animals in this one. And that's Ginger Snap. And then we have Dog's Tail. Yeah. I mean, come on now. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, right? All the cutest little vintage dogs. And these ones are $7.99. You get 16 in here. But I mean, look at that. They're huge. But I think they're still going to fit on a card. That's the thing, is like when I look at this, all of these will still fit on a card. So, they are for, oh, okay, Amber, I'll double check on it. What was I trying to say? Man, it's like the end of the day, chaos. But sometimes it's nice. On a card, you need like a big element. Sometimes you just need to fill the card, put a sentiment on it, and, you know, maybe do a little glitter glue or something and move on. So this one is called Snow Friends. And there you go. Yeah, they do, don't they? So there's only 3 big ones that we have in stock, and they're not really Christmas, okay? So we have a winter one, a fall one, and then just adorable dogs. And so that's the Pretty Little Studio. And because some of them are fairly similar, if you're one of my out-of-towners, if you're my in-towners, stop by. You can pick out your own, or, you know, if you're not going to be there and you know which one you need me to set aside, let me know. But for my out-of-towners, just try and get the name as close as possible, because there are some that are kind of similar, and you may or may not get necessarily the one you want. Okay, now, if you were with me in the very, very beginning, I showed you this giant pile of stuff. So, this is just a quick note that the last and final release of the Distress Mini Oxides are here. So, oh, what is the one I have in my hand? What was the theme of that one, Kelly? The very last one, was it the snowman? Was it a large one? So, Snow Friends, large, Dog Tails, large, and Ginger Snaps, large. Otherwise, we can figure it out. So, here's the thing. I don't actually know what numbers these are. Because they have them numbered for us to order and for you guys to reference, but they don't have the packaging numbered. So, a lot of times I write on the packaging what the number is, but I didn't have time to do that. We only have a handful of these left. So I have to get some more ordered because I did have some people request them while they were in transit. But if you are collecting the Distress Oxide minis, let me know because they're here. Now, when these first came out, and it was just, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, we were really excited because we have been told for years that we will never get oxides in minis because of the formulation. And guess what, guys? Boom. Here they are. They figured it out. So these guys are $15.99 a piece. And then we do have if you want all 6 of the new ones, we do have some kind of a price on it. I don't remember what it is, though. So I just grabbed them out of the box. The other new thing that got announced, and some of you guys have already emailed me about these. So these are here now. And I did get a fairly significant stock of these. So what these are is these are distress ink labels for your ink pads. You don't have to ink your own. You don't have to print them on your maybe good, maybe not good printer. They actually are fairly consistent in the colors that you are expecting those colors to be. So like, let's say we were to find iced spruce, okay? Iced spruce is one of my favorite colors because it's really a chameleon and you don't know how to even describe the color. So I look here at this one, and you know what? That freaking looks like iced spruce. Again, even here on this color, I don't know what color that is. It's iced spruce, right? So, I don't know exactly why. I didn't actually watch the video yet. I might get to it. We'll see. But they came out with, so these are the large ink pad labels. And so if you have the whole set of distress inks, or even just some of the distress inks, you would want a set for those, okay? And then if you had the oxides in full size, you would want a set for those. So what I'm finding, the people that are contacting me are getting multiples. They're not just getting one. And so, but when you order these, there is a choice, okay? So it's not a big choice, and you can just tell me whatever if you don't care. But there is one. This is the Distress Pad Labels Black. This one is the Distress Pad Labels White. Okay, so you know, you can kind of take your pick as to which one you like. What you'll find is that the white ones with the lighter colors are harder to read, and the black one with the darker colors are harder to read. So, but you may also find that you want, say, black ink for your regular ones because the pad's base is black, and you might want white for your oxides. And they're just going to go right on the bottom so that as you have them on your shelf organized, you can see the colors. So exciting, you guys. Oh, you have no idea. All right, so these ones are, did he get these priced? Yeah, $5.50 each. So so Amber, just let me know which color you want, and by that I mean color or font. And then there is also one for the minis. Okay, so our shipment was also supposed to have the minis in black. It didn't come, but it'll get here at some point. So at the moment, we only have the minis in white. So if you don't care and you want the mini labels, that's what we have. And so that one is $4.50. There are also some other ones, but this is the first shipment we got, but there were some round ones, a big round and a little round, for your sprays and your, I don't know, other stuff. I can't remember, but maybe your glazes? I don't know. But really anything you need to label. So there's a label for it now, which is awesome. And those are here, but my guess is, based on how people have been ordering them, that, you know, the stock will go relatively quickly. Okay. So next up. Oh, I have to show you guys these because these are holiday, but I don't know that I showed you these. Maybe I showed you this, maybe I didn't. I don't know, but this is the collage paper pad Holly Jolly. Now we've had the summer guys, we've had the fall ones, and this is the holiday one from these guys. And they are so cute. It's a thin paper, so you can layer it. You can use collage medium. You can do all of those kind of things. But you have a bigger thing to work with. But again, if you wanted to make like a card front or something, a lot of times you can take a portion of this and it'll still work perfect. And it's an 8x8, which is a nice size to work with, you know, for scenery. So it does give you some beautiful scenes. Okay. And then you get the animals. Now you do have to fussy cut these animals, but I mean, they're not difficult, right? So but they are about the cutest things freaking ever. I mean, really? It's like all the little animals. Oh my gosh. I mean, and some of them are Christmas, but some of them are going to just be like winter, you know? I fell in love with these guys' little faces. And that one, I mean, you can't go wrong, right? So this is the Holly Jolly collage pad. This one is $27.99, but you get 2 times 18 sheets, 36, okay, on that one. And then this one here is also holiday, but we showed the toppers the other time, and I was waiting for this to come in. I'd been hoping that we would get it. This is the 8x8 cut-apart pad from Golden Oldies. So it is a slightly thinner sheet, okay? It's got a little bit of a gloss to it. Uh-oh. Can you guys still see me? oh, God. Okay. I'm hung on my laptop, but so I don't know if you guys can still see me. Let me know, please. Okay. So with this pad, I love these pads because you get, okay, I do seem to be back. Okay, I do, because you get multiples of each one, okay, and you get a really fabulous B-side. But, I mean, you guys, so you can also, because you have multiples, right, you can coordinate it with any of the B-sides. We'll mix and match. But you can also, like, if you wanted to do this guy, you could fussy cut that guy on one sheet and then put him as a backing on the other. And you can make your own dimensional artwork. But, I mean, really, these are so dang adorable, right? And you just get tons of them to work with. Oh, okay. I got to scooch up here a little bit. But, I mean, so cute. Okay, and then this one you can even use for New Year's. So, I'm kind of skipping. I don't know. You can see a little bit of the B-side up here, but I just am sort of moving along here. Okay, so that is the Golden Oldies 8x8 paper pad. All right. Now, you guys, I cannot even believe I still have a giant pile of stuff. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up. There are a couple things that I still kind of want to show you just quickly. And then the other stuff we'll show. Maybe I'll go in the morning if we get here on time, or who knows. But we got in some new junk journals from Ciao Bella. And you guys have been loving these. So we got in 4 new ones that we haven't had before. Wanderlust is actually a brand new release. And so these ones, they have some sheets of clear, it's a clear sticker, and you just fussy cut it, and then you can use it for however you want. But there are so many elements in here. So you can fussy cut the elements, plus you have the paper on the back side. So it really is meant for, they call it a junk journal, but you've got so many things in here. You can do scrapbooking, mixed media, you can do mini albums, you can do cards. I'm finding, I have one lady waiting for the cooking one of this one because she wants to do a cookbook, and it's going to just, you know, be perfect for that, right? So this one is called Wanderlust, and it's all about travel, but you've got, I mean, you just have some great papers that you don't have otherwise. These are $17.99, and you get the 4 sheets of stickers, right? And then you also get, I think it's like 30 or 32 sheets or something like that of actual papers in the book. Plus, you guys, look at this. This is the back cover, okay? So you have a big envelope here. You have some pockets and tags and things like that. So you get to use all of this also. And it's also in the front here. So there is no waste. So that's Wanderlust. All right, so I'm going to go through this one a little bit quicker. This is Winter Wonderland. This one is not a brand new one, but we have not been able to get it into the store until now. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of flip through here really quick. This is your sticker sheet. I mean, it's just got so many good things in here and some really good winters. that are nice. And, you know, always on the lookout for those good papers. And when you get them in a book kind of like this is going to be a unique pattern to, you know, so you're not going to see it all over the place. But look at that. That actually, you guys, is a navy. So a navy print clear sticker. So, oh man, it's going to be so pretty. Oh, I love this one. Okay. And then you've got the script, and you've also got your fold out paper here that has an envelope, a couple of envelopes, and this one, which, oh, this is going to be another envelope, but it'll be a top opening envelope. How cute is that, right? I think it is. Anyway, so that's Winter Wonderland. Let me do the Frozen Land. This one is new, but I think this is the one that we had if you were in the store. We had this one for you to look at, okay? And so, again, I'm going to go, kind of has that Frozen vibe, but fairies, a little mystical, but yet not, you know, over the top on that. You've got a lot of really cool, like, winter elements. Oh, my God. And I mean blue, right? Blue is such a nice color. Okay. After this, yeah, I'm going to sign off because actually, I'm going out to dinner with a friend of mine. So, those are your pullouts. And she's here, so I don't want to make her wait too long. But you guys, you get so much for $17.99 with these junk journals. They're out of England, no, out of Italy. And so the stock, we have to grab them when they're available. But so I say the same to you guys. So like if you see it and you want it, grab it. We'll be able to get it again, but I don't know when. Now, this one was here for people to look at as well. It kind of was Halloween, but it's also kind of like a little goth, a little wizardy, witchy, you know. So even though it kind of feels like it could be Halloween, I got this one in anyways because, one, this is the one I had the most pre-orders for, hands down. And the images in here are just, I mean, oh, look at this. I mean, for clear stickers, you guys, it's going to be great. Okay. And then this one is so fun because you can, this is designed here. You can fold this in half. They do this in some of their other collections as well. And you can now make that into book covers, right? You could create, if you're creating a book. So they give you the front and the back book covers if you want that. If you want to use it for that or use it for something else. Okay, so, oh, wow. Just wow, wow, wow. And then this is your page of pullouts. So it does have a little Halloween vibe, but it's not full on Halloween. So that one is Dark Academy. Okay, you guys, I covered so much and I still have stuff on the table. So, if you have questions, write them. I'll check on them in a little bit. If there's stuff you want, be sure to put it in the comments or come in, you know, tomorrow. But I know some of you guys are out of towners. So that I can pull what we have available. And if it's seasonal, let me know if it's urgent, because if we run out and you want me to reorder it, most of the stuff I can. But not all of it. So I'm just going to kind of pile things here so that you sort of remember as I sign off. And say goodbye. I'm not, this is like the sort of half review, because if I stop and talk about everything and give prices and stuff, we will be here until 7. So this is the Joy to the World collection, that amazing nativity. Oh my God. And then we have the large die cut packs, the Ginger Snap, Dog's Tale, and Snow Friends. And then if you wanted any of the minis, this might be the one that you have to. It was nice to see you too, Diane. This might be the one that you need to review the tape so you could get the names, because I think this one is called Snow Friends and Wildlife and Jolly Santa and Saint Nick. Santa Claus, Snowman, Woodland Christmas, and Candy Cane. Okay? All right. And then from... I'm like piled all over. Okay. From Memory Box, we have the Royal Robin, which was released before, but I showed that one to show you the mouse prints, which is new, $7.99. You got the Daisy Umbrella and the Rainy Day Mouse, and those go together or separate, however you want. And you don't have to put the clothes on the mouse if you don't want to. He could be naked. The Raindrop Plate, this makes a perfect A2 sized cover card die. The Flower Basket, we did go through details on this one. Phenomenal, right? So $24.99 on that. We have the fan-stitched scallop frames back in stock. We also have then 2 new ones that are from this new release, round eyelet circle frames and rectangle frames. Okay. And then this is the previous collection. So if you've been in the store, you probably have seen this, but I just wanted to make sure to give it the time that I think it deserves, because some of these guys, I mean, these are not necessarily holiday. They're like winter, but you take the clothes off and then they're just naked, right? Or he could wear the sweater and not the scarf any time of year. So you've got Village Mouse, you have Buster Mouse, you have Happy Mouse, you have the Winter Boot that they can snuggle up against. You have the Musical Songbook. Apparently I grabbed that one twice. Happy Dance Bird, Snowy Owl, Marching Penguin, Cheerful Penguin. Those are the 2 small ones. And then Bundled Penguin and Waving Penguin are the 2 larger ones. We also have the new Distress Minis in. And the other 2 pads that I showed you, just to make sure that you guys didn't miss out on these if you wanted them, was the Holly Jolly Collage Paper Pad with the cutest animals ever. And then also the 8x8 Golden Oldies Festive Pad. So, that being said, I do want to... I just didn't have time to go through everything. I just didn't. So, yesterday was Lawn Fawn release day. That was Valentine's. I can't even go through it all with you, so we will have to touch base on that shortly. And there's more stuff here. So, it's like so much stuff. So, all the Lawn Fawn is checked in and out. So, if you are a Lawn Fawn follower, all of this collection is here. I just haven't had time to get through it. So, but it's here. It's ready to go. You can stop by and pick it up tomorrow. We will be open from 11 to 3 tomorrow. And, yeah, I hope to see you or talk to you soon. Thanks, you guys, for spending Friday night with me. Talk to you soon. Bye.